What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Millie coming at y'all with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about the 35 Glock models that Glock has decided to discontinue. Some of these I told y'all they was discontinued. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all probably didn't see the video. I told YouTube that they was gonna discontinue, and I just got a lot of backlash for it. This stupid young guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But now I just proved to y'all, not y'all, I just proved to them folks that they were discontinuing the Glock 17. But we're gonna jump straight into this video. We're gonna go over all 35 models. I'm gonna tell y'all some of my thoughts, and I actually want to hear back from you guys. So go ahead and comment. So go and drop a comment and tell me your thoughts on some of these models, if not all of these models getting discontinued. Because a lot of these, I feel like it was long overdue. They should have been discontinued them. We're going to talk about the reasons they are deciding to discontinue these models. Let's jump straight in. All right, so for some models that are the same firearm, we're going to do them in a group. So first we got the Glock 17 Gen 4 and the Gen 5 MOS/4. So personally, I feel like this gun should have not been discontinued, but the reason they have discontinued this firearm is because they came with the Glock 47, which I've been told you guys back then that they were discontinuing this gun, but a lot of people just didn't believe it and kind of bashed me for it. Roll the clip. This is why the Glock 47 will replace the Glock 17. Glock 17 is Glock's infamous full-size pistol. It's 9mm, has a capacity of 17 rounds, and it has a full-size grip and slide. I really like the Glock 17. I don't feel like it should be discontinued, but they have some type of innovation with the Glock 47, because the Glock 47 slide can go on a Glock 19 frame, and it's more modular than the 17. The 17 was kind of proprietary because you couldn't take a 17 slide because of the guy rod/barrel wouldn't allow it to go on the Glock 19 frame. So I understand a little bit, but I don't, because of the 17 is just like a trademark for Glock. But moving on from the 17, next on the list is one that I didn't even know existed. We got the Glock 17L. We got the Glock 17L MOS. So basically it's just a Glock 17 long slide. It has a longer slide than a Glock 34, and it has a modular optic system. I really don't care for this gun. So just let me know some of y'all thoughts. If y'all feel a certain type of way about it, drop it in the comments. Personally, I do not care. Then second, we have the Glock 17L. I did know this existed, but honestly, I don't care that they're discontinuing this, because I don't feel like this is a gun that everybody needs, or probably a lot of people probably don't even want this gun. So I don't feel like there should be an oversaturated amount of these. They should be a little, you should have to put in a little work to obtain them if you really want it. Kind of something like the Glock 19, the C series. So we got the 17s out the way. Let me know how y'all feel about them discontinuing all of those 17s, Gen 4 MOS/5, 17L MOS, and the regular 17L. Personally, I just feel like the Glock 17 MOS should have stayed. The rest of them could go. Next, we have the infamous Glock 19 Gen 4. I'm guessing my take on this is they're getting rid of all the old generations and focusing just on the Gen 5 and the innovation to come in the future. That's just what I'm assuming so far. I don't know if this is true, but that's just my take on it. The Glock 19 really doesn't deserve to be discontinued, because that's just the pistol that everybody chooses for carry. No matter what your size is, everybody just love the Glock 19 with that 15 round mag capacity, that compact grip and that compact slide. Everybody just love it. But personally, I am a Gen 5 type guy, so I could understand why they are doing this to the Gen 4 model. But I feel like everybody should still have that choice to take that Gen 4 over that Gen 5, depending on what you're actually looking for. But personally, I'm a Gen 5 guy. I still feel like it should have stayed. Next, we got the 19 MOS Gen 4. I really didn't see too many of these out there. So honestly, I don't care. If you want MOS, go to Gen 5 or send your old generation Glock to go get milled. That's just my take on it. I never really seen these out in the wild. It doesn't affect me, and I don't feel no type of way about it. Next, we got the Glock 20 Gen 3 and Gen 4. I do feel a little way about this, because I like the bulkiness of the Gen 4 Glock/3. I really don't care about the 3 because of the grooves, and I really don't care about the 3. But the Gen 4, that's kind of what introduced me to Glock. Is like that bulky slide, the beefy look. Because now, you know, even though I said I'm a Generation 5 guy, the smoothness of the Generation 5 slide, like how it's doved off at the nose of the slide, it doesn't give it that aggressive look. That's what kind of turned me on to Glocks when I was younger, is that aggressive, blocky, beefy look. So I kind of like that. But the discontinue the Glock 20 Gen 3 and the Gen 4, I really don't care for the model, but I just feel like it's just another Glock staple. That was their full size. That was their full size 10 millimeter. Also had a 15 round mag capacity. Also, they're discontinued the Glock 21 Gen 3 through 4. It's the same gun. One is chambered in 10 mil, one chambered 45. So I kind of got the same feelings about both of them. I really don't care too much on more, but we still got it in Gen 5. It's just not as bulky and it doesn't look as aggressive as those older generations did. But personally, wasn't never my cup of tea. I just like the aggressive look to that pistol. This one kind of shocks me. It shocks me, but it doesn't at the same time. They discontinued a Glock 22 Generation 3, 4, and 5. I expected out of the Gen 3 and 4. It's the same thing goes for the 20 and the 21. But the Gen 5, this is their newest variant of the Glock 22. But at the same time, I understand, because who's going out and buying a Gen 5 Glock 22? Who's buying a Glock 22 in general? I feel like they're getting rid of a lot of pistols that don't sell as much as their Gen 5 19s, their 19Xs, their 45s, their 43Xs. I feel like those are their biggest sellers right now. The 45 MOS, the 19X MOS, or regular 19X, and the 43X. Those are their biggest sellers. So I understand why they're getting rid of all of these pistols that really didn't, I wouldn't say not matter, but the majority of the people didn't really like, or a majority of people don't own. So understandable, but dang, the Gen 5 model, that's kind of a shocker. On to the next, they're getting rid of the Glock 21 short frame. Again, there isn't a lot of these out there, but it's like, if you know, you know. A lot of people don't even know they made a short frame. Personally, I don't care, because you got a Glock 21 slide with a short frame pistol. That's just not my cup of tea. But let me know how you guys feel about it. Personally, I do not care. Next, this one shocked me, but it don't, because personally, I don't like this pistol at all. This was one of my first Glocks, and it kind of made me hate this gun. So we got the Gen 4/5 Glock 23. The reason I say I don't like this is because of the recoil impulse on this gun is absolutely ridiculous, because you have that compact frame slide with that hot 40 caliber load. So it's super snappy. No matter how you say, oh, I can control recoil, bro, it's snappy, bro. And I just rather take 9 mil in that platform over 40 caliber, because that polymer just doesn't deal with that 40 caliber bullet well. We got that Gen 4 and Gen 5 drawn out of here, including the MOS. Who cares? Same difference to me. Like I said, I don't care. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Next, this is something I hardly see. I've probably seen one person with this, and he just got rid of it. The Glock 24. Glock 24, that's that super long 40 cal. Longer than the Glock 22, longer than the Glock 35. It just looked dumb. Some people, that boy GSG Hustle had this, matter of fact. And I do not care about the Glock 24. I just can't see myself with the Glock 24. I've never seen nobody with the Glock 24. Now, I honestly don't think anybody cares about the Glock 24, because what are you using it for? I'll probably hunting. I could see someone using it for hunting, but at that point, just go with a Glock 40. But Glock 24, out of there. Next, we got the Glock 26, which is one of my least favorite Glocks, because it's just so small, and it's not super snappy, but it's so small that it is snappy. We have Glock 26. It's an alright gun. It's not the worst gun, but if you're gonna go with you want something that small, don't go for a Glock. Go for I feel like you should go for like a Roston Martin, or I think I said it right, Roston Martin, or just go for the 43X. I don't feel no type of way about the 26 being gone. I know that boy Spin Firearms heard about this one, but goodbye. Glock 27, feel the same way about the 26, but worse. Why do we have a 40 caliber pistol this small? Get her out of there. Glock 29, Gen 3, Gen 4, and 5. At first, when I heard they was coming out with the Gen 5, I was like, ooh, I might want to test it out. And then I thought about it. I do not want no 10 mil that small, or the Glock 30, which they are discontinuing the same way they're doing it. Glock Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Both of those are out of there. Let me know how y'all feel about that. They also discontinued the 29 SF. Still, we got the Glock 31. So the Glock 31 is a 357 SIG full-size pistol. You know, the 357 SIG was actually a decent, I feel like, underrated round, but I think the 357 SIG is an expensive round. If I'm not mistaken, I never did my homework on it, but last time I checked, I think it is more expensive than 9 mil. It sits right in between the 40 and 9 mil, so I actually would pass on that. I do like this pistol, because it's different. 357 SIG and a Glock is actually nice to me, but I never got around to getting any of the 357 SIG Glock models. I don't think they had a big availability on these pistols because I don't really see them too much. I see them get posted here and there every once in a while. But personally, I don't really feel that much of a way about it unless it was the C model. Then I would think it was worth picking up. But other than that, it really doesn't affect me. Let me know how you guys feel about the 31 being discontinued. Next, we got the Glock 32 Gen 3 and 4. Same feeling. I don't feel no type of way. I never got to run across it. If I run across it, I probably would have picked it up, but I didn't. So personally, I don't care. Goodbye. Same for the G33. Never got to run across it, so really doesn't affect me. Maybe if I got my hands on it, I would feel a different way, but I never even held one. So hey, it is what it is. We got the Glock 34 Gen 3 and 4. As long as they live in that Gen 5 model for us to get, then I feel like that's okay. Gen 3 and Gen 4. Some people like those finger grooves. Personally, I'm not a fan for finger grooves, and I like the Gen 5 grip better, and I like the Cerakote that they use on the slide. I forgot what the exact name of it. I like that slide better than the old generation. So personally, I'm not tripping. As long as y'all live in a Gen 5 model, we good. Wow, as I say this now, this is where it's gonna hurt. Gen 4 Glock 34 and Gen 5 Glock 34 MOS.
What?
Why? I don't know. Hopefully y'all got something coming to make up for this, because this will kind of affect the competition world. I never got to get my hands on that Glock 34 MOS Gen 5, but I really do want to obtain one. But disclaimer, just because they are discontinuing these models doesn't mean that they aren't available and you won't be able to obtain them. It just means that they will stop producing them and they aren't manufacturing them anymore. So if you still would be able to find these out there. People might try to start to hold them, but you still would be able to fight them out there. And if y'all guys didn't know, the Glock 34 is a little bit longer than a Glock 17. It's a lot of people use them for competition. Yeah. Next, we got the Glock 35, which is the Glock 34 chambered in 40 cal. Hey, I don't feel no type of way about that. They're doing a Gen 3 and a Gen 4. They never came out with the Gen 5 model, so it is what it is. Next, we got the G36, which is the single stack 45 ACP, which I don't understand why it was ever made. Probably for California people that live in California, but they already got the Glock. They already got the Glock 30 here, so I really don't. It is what it is. 6 FGR. I don't know what that is, but I'll put it up right there for y'all to get a look at it. Glock 37 GAP. Only hold 10 in the clip. Know that I can't DIA let up 5 and head back to the whip. No, the Glock 37 GAP is it's a GAP, which was made for if I'm not mistaken, for federal agents. So, but it was a GAP. They wanted like a 45 in a smaller casing, but it only held 10 rounds. I don't really. The 380 model, never really. I think it just came to the States like last year. Who cares? Glock 39, probably one of the dumbest guns they made. Pretty sure that is the 19 frame, but you can with a 7. It's the 19 G41. That's the long 10 mil. I made a mistake right there. It's not the long 10 mil. It's the long nose Glock 45 ACP. So same thing as those Glock 40s, but it's chambered in 45 ACP. Next, we got the 41 MOS. Same thing. I don't care. Then the G49. I'm glad they discontinued this dumb gun. This gun was dumb. Like I was saying, G19 frame, Glock 17 slide, which I just came out with the Glock 47 the year before with the Glock 17 slide, with the 45, with the 45 frame. So it's basically a 17 that was modular to a 19, so you could take that slide and put it on your 19 and make a G49. Probably confusing. Yeah, I know it kind of confused me, but I know my Glock model, so it doesn't confuse me. But that's all of the Glock. That's all 35 Glock models they are discontinuing. The reason that they are discontinuing, they said, focus on the innovation in the future. As you guys know, Glock does not innovate too much, but let's give them some hope with the 35 models that they discontinued to actually make room for innovation. Let me know how y'all guys feel in the comments. A lot of these models, I feel like they should have been discontinued, but yeah. It's your boy Melly556NATO. We just dropped another banger. Make sure y'all go check out the other videos on the channel. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments.